All right. Hello, students. This is Mr. Kutzi again, and I'm here to present some of the answers in the mathematics is going to go into module 2.2 for Math 1. The too big or not too big? That's the question. Okay, so here it is. Again, this is the paper you should have from your packet. And it's got it's a continuation of 2.1. So you'll notice they did all the startup costs. They gave you all that information. Okay. And then it's got a new set of questions, and there's about 7 different questions. So what we're going to try and do is I'm probably going to do this in pieces, and we'll do as many questions as we can, take a break, and then maybe put the second half on another short tutorial. And again, feel free to pause this at any point if things aren't making sense. You want to stop it and try and read it over again, watch it again, and make sure to write down things in your notebook as you're going. That's the whole idea. Okay, so here we go. It says find at least 5 more combinations of cats and dogs that would be too big based on the startup constraint. Okay, let's go back for a second. What they said was their dad's idea of 12 dogs and 12 cats is too big. If you check that, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either it's more than the $1,280 they spent, or 12 dogs and 12 cats are just going to take more room than they have. Okay. So if you remember, let's go flip back to here. Here's the paper I wrote down yesterday for the previous tutorial. And here's what it is. The dogs and cats total can't use more than 360. So it is possible that their dad's idea of 12 dogs and 12 cats will go more than 360. Or perhaps 12 dogs to 12 cats will also go more than 1,280. So that's where we're going to go deeper into the same problem. Okay. So if we answered it yesterday, we're just sort of picking up from there. Some of the questions you answered yesterday, depending on how thoroughly you answered your questions for 2.1, you may have already answered some stuff from 2.2. Okay. So 5 or more combinations of dogs and cats would be too big. Okay, so let's get our scratch paper out over here. And 5 combinations. Let's see. Okay, so here's my scratch paper. I'm going to cover up this information, but I'm keeping it handy in case we need it. Okay, so combinations. So number 1. So first we want to label this 2.2 task. Too big or not too big. That was the title of it. Okay. Now, too big. Okay, so it says combinations that are too big. Okay, so their dad's thing of cats, dogs, and they said combinations. For me, that makes sense in a table. Okay, so their 12 cats and 12 dogs, that was too much. Okay. What else would be too much? Well, there's some obvious answers. If 12 and 12 is too big, then obviously 100 and 100 is too big. Okay? Because again, if the cats need 6 feet, 100 of them would take 600 feet. That's already clearly more than this. So, I mean, I could put 100, 100, 1,000, 1,000, 10,000, 10,000, and technically that would be totally correct. But that's not really going to answer our question. But these are all too big. What we want to try and get to is how many is not too big? So let's say if 12, so let's ignore that one because, again, that's the obvious answer. That's too big. What about 11 dogs and 11 cats? Okay. Well, 11 cats would take 6 times 11. And the dogs need 24 feet, so that'd be 24 times 11. Okay. And so this one I can do right now, 66. 24 times 11, okay, that's going to help to have a calculator. So, have your calculator handy. We're trying to do 24 times 11. And it's 264. Okay. Let's see. 264 plus this, that would be 270. Plus, let's see, 330. Okay. And that is okay. That will fit within there. So, 1111, not too big. Okay, so if 1111 is not too big, well, then let's say, let's maybe change these comments, because if 1111 is not too big, then obviously 10 and 10 will not be too big, and all that stuff. Okay. We will want this information though, so I'm not going to erase it or anything like that. That might come in useful for another question because I've already read ahead. Okay, I've already seen the other questions. So let's see if we can come up with another combination that's too big. That one there is okay. Okay, 12 dogs, 12 cats. Maybe we could go 10 cats and 14 dogs. Again, I really don't know if this is too big or not too big, but that'd be 6 times 10 for the cats, plus 14 times, sorry, 24 times 14. So 6 feet for each cat times 10 cats, 24 feet for each dog times 14. And let's go ahead and do that. 24, let's move this up so you can see it. 24 times 14, 336. When we add that extra 60 for this part, we get 396. Okay. There we are. We are clearly bigger than the 360. That's too big. So this was too big. This was too big. Okay. And that's what they're looking for. Things that are too big. Okay. And that sort of answers question number 1. So take a look at that, pause it, record what you need, and we'll answer question 2 in the second part right after this.